All right, guys. So if you're thinking about starting your own business, or perhaps you already own your own business, you've probably heard the statistic thrown about that 9 out of 10 startup businesses fail. Now, I've looked into this morning and I can't find any hard research to back up the fact that 9 out of 10 startups do fail, but certainly the statistics do show that a large percentage of startup businesses do fail. And there are many, many reasons why a business will fail. But in my mind, and from my, I'd say about 20 years of working with small businesses, I see one common pattern among many of the businesses that fail. And that's what I want to go over in this video. Before I get to that one thing though, and it is a hugely important thing, so please stick around for it because it will make a big difference if you're starting a business or even if you've already got a business. Let's just run through some stats to get an idea of where things are when you come to start a business. So this is on the gov.uk website. So these are official statistics from the UK government. So in 2021, there was 5.6 million businesses in the UK. As I say, 5.5 million businesses were small, so 0 to 49 employees. So the vast majority of businesses in the UK are actually small businesses. And later on in the video, I'm going to show you the exact breakdown. But last year, 6.5% of those businesses actually ceased trading. And that's quite a big drop, nearly 400,000 businesses. You can see here, we've decreased here. Now, I do think this figure is overinflated for 2021 because of what happened in 2020. You had two big things in 2020. You had COVID and the lockdown and the government support that stopped a lot of small businesses going bust that would have gone bust otherwise. And also people that were in lockdown or had lost their job or maybe were working from home also started their own business as well. So you had an influx of people starting businesses and also a number of businesses that were protected. So I think it's only natural to expect that the year where a lot of that support was withdrawn and people started returning to their usual jobs, you'd see an increase in the number of businesses that closed. But certainly overall, we see hundreds of thousands of businesses close every single year. Like I said at the start of the video, it can be for many different reasons. And hopefully the reason or the thing that I'm going to give you in this video will help you become or help you avoid becoming one of these numbers of businesses that fail every single year. Just to add a bit more information about this, because I found this very, very interesting when I was reading these statistics. So in the UK, there are 5.6 million UK private sector businesses, and only 1.4 million of these had employees, and 4.2 million had no employees. So the vast majority of small private sector businesses in the UK don't employ anyone. So people just like me who have got a limited company but don't actually employ anyone. So there we go here. Therefore, 75% of businesses did not employ anyone aside from the owners. That's a really interesting statistic. And also, I think what it shows is that when a business fails, the majority of people should be looking directly at themselves because they're the only person in the business. We can all try and blame outside sources, and certainly sometimes there will be outside things that we have no control over that will destroy our businesses. But I would say the majority of the time we have enough control that we can avoid our business going to the wall if we take the necessary steps. So that's some background information on businesses failing in general. And there was a study done by CBI Insights, which gave some of the most common reasons that businesses fail. So run out of cash or fail to raise new capital. That is certainly something that you can help solve with what I'm going to talk about in this video. No market need. Well, you deserve to go bust if your product doesn't have a market need because you clearly haven't done your research. Got out-competed. Yeah, I can understand that. Flawed business model, again, something that will hopefully this video will help with, and various other reasons. And these don't actually add up to 100% because these are a business can fail for more than one reason. So that's why this is probably the most common one is people run out of cash. So coming back to some of the statistics here, we've got 20% of new businesses fail in the first year. Now, depending on which site you look at, you'll find this figure does vary. Also, it can vary from sector to sector. And if you click through on this website, they've actually got a cumulative figure here. So it says the number of years in business versus how many businesses fail. So the first year they said was 20%, and then by year 2 it was 31.8%, by year 3 39.7%, all the way down to year 5. So they reckon 50% of businesses fail in the first 5 years. And I think some of these stats you hear, which are like 6, 7, 8, 9 out of 10, are based on a 10-year figure instead. Now, the first thing I just want to say is A business closing doesn't mean it's failed. So for example, my previous business, I think, was operational for 9 years, and it did exactly for me what I wanted it to do during that time. That business was not a failure, but it'd be classed as a failure because I did close the business. So don't get too hung up on what people class as a business failure. That business has to perform for you what you want that business to achieve. You might only want a business for 3 to 5 years. That doesn't mean if it closes in 5 years is a failure if it delivers the goals that you want from that business during that time. So with all of that said, what is this big fancy idea? What is the one thing for me that I've learned from speaking to various other small businesses and also my own businesses? I think when people start a new business, they get so hung up on marketing, on branding, what people think about them starting their businesses, how they're going to go and quit their job. They forget about one of the key things, and that is how they're going to make recurring revenue. So to give you an example for my business or my previous business, that was a web design business. And when I started that business, my focus was landing new clients. I wanted to build as many websites as possible. And because of that, the business never realized its full potential because I didn't spend enough time focusing on recurring revenue. Landing new business is not recurring revenue. What you want to do is, with any business you develop, think strongly about how you can implement a recurring revenue stream, because it is possible with pretty much every business type, but very few businesses actually do it. So to give you the example I was just talking about, my web design business, I was too focused on landing new clients and just making a few £1,000s every time I sold a website versus building the recurring revenue stream. So if I would have focused more on actually building out the hosting solution, so people that need a website need to pay a hosting fee, I could have either had a monthly or an annual fee from every single website that I sold paying me a hosting fee. I could have upsold services such as pay-per-click and SEO as an ongoing thing that they would pay me a monthly service for. Now that said, I thought it might be useful to just run through some possible ideas to give you guys something to think about, so when you come to start your business, you can think about possible recurring revenue streams. So here I've got a list of 60 UK home business ideas for 2021. I'm not going to go through all 60. Ironically, the first one is website consultant. So if you're going into web design, don't just think about how you're going to make money from selling websites. Think how you can make money from selling the other services around it that you can charge a monthly or annual fee for. Something like upholstery or furniture repair, that's probably a lot more difficult to make a recurring revenue stream from. Obviously, if you do a good job, someone's going to call you back if they do cause any more damage, but potentially maybe you want to upsell a cleaning service with that. Anything cleaning related is always going to be recurring revenue. And I think if we come down further on this list, we see a lot of cleaning related ones there. But let's say that your speciality was repairing furniture, but every time you went to repair someone's furniture, you offered them a cleaning plan. So pay me X amount a month, even if it's like $9.99 a month or something like that, and I'll come out once a year and I'll clean all of your furniture. So that way you could build recurring revenue. And coming back to the cleaning, this might be something you've experienced yourself with window cleaners. So I don't like to get my windows cleaned every single month. I like to do it maybe quarterly or something like that. But window cleaners are very reluctant to do a one-off clean or a quarterly clean because they want recurring revenue. So when I ask them to do a one-off clean, the cost is normally treble what it would cost if I took their fortnightly or monthly package. Now, okay, they do have to do a bit more cleaning because it takes a longer period between that. But certainly they're building their recurring revenue streams by tying people in at a cheaper rate as long as they could come out on a more frequent basis. And that's something that you could probably apply to pretty much any cleaning based business, whether it's car cleaning, carpet cleaning, oven cleaning, whatever it is. People are always going to have this done again and again. So build in some sort of recurring element where you're tying them in with some sort of subscription or a discount if they use you on a quarterly or annual basis or whatever it ends up being. Let's just scroll down a bit further to see if there are any other obvious ones that I think could be useful. So what have we got here? We've got computer repair. So if maybe you go out to a lot of different homes and repair the computer, but where's the recurring revenue? Maybe you could upsell them some sort of security package for their PC. So you say, look, I'll make sure that your PC has a good antivirus installed. I'll make sure everything's up to date. I'll come out every 3 months and do a cleaning. I'll make sure your disk's defragged, whatever it is. I'm sure someone technical will correct me on that. But there's always a way you can build a recurring revenue stream into pretty much any business type. And to give you an example for myself with my current businesses, One of them, I have an Amazon FBA business, so recurring revenue on there is just basically just selling again and again and again to the customers. So, retail is generally recurring. I also have another YouTube channel. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but I'll just bring it up here. And it's a channel that's focused on Amazon FBA. So I do lots of videos about Amazon FBA. And the recurring revenue doesn't actually come from AdSense like you'd expect with a YouTube channel. Instead, it comes from affiliate marketing. So there's a particular piece of software that I recommend for Amazon FBA. So I bring in the traffic by giving people useful information, or hopefully people find it useful. And then hopefully they use my affiliate links, and that builds a recurring revenue stream. So I think at the moment I have about 80 people using my affiliate link, and that provides a very nice revenue from that particular channel. Now, I haven't actually done the same thing yet for the channel that you're watching, but I will when the moment is right and I have the right idea. I will monetize this channel in some way that will build a recurring revenue stream. And you're also seeing big businesses move towards this model as well. So for example, I used to use Adobe Photoshop. I still do for my web design business, and I now use it for my YouTube channels. And these pieces of software used to be one-off fees or really expensive. It'd be quite a few £1,000s to buy these individual pieces of software or software suites. And now they've gone to a monthly plan. So I now pay for their Creative Cloud suite, which costs me £50 a month. So it's not cheap, but they've tied me in because it's much harder nowadays to get dodgy copies of this software now that it's all subscription based compared to when it was sold as one-off. So Adobe have definitely gone the subscription route. Microsoft have done the same thing as well. You don't just go out and buy Microsoft Office anymore. They now sell it to you as part of Microsoft 365. So instead of paying the old one-off fee that you used to pay, you now have to pay a monthly or annual fee. So always look for that recurring revenue option or opportunity. That is where you'll build a base for your business. If you've got recurring revenue coming in every single month, then it puts you in a great position to be able to grow your business, and also in a great position to be able to separate yourself from the business. A lot of small businesses exist because the person that owns them is the business. With a lot of recurring revenue streams, you can quantify certain tasks and you can break them down. You can outsource them to other people, or you can employ other people to do them, and that will allow you to scale the business as well. So it will give you stability, it will give you growth potential, and also give you the potential to be able to step back from your business, which is probably ultimately the long-term goal for many people. So that other people are making you money, and that's when you can start to make passive income as well. So hopefully you guys have found that useful. Have a good think about recurring revenue for your business or the business that you're considering starting. Hopefully it will help you avoid falling into one of these statistics of becoming a failed business. I hope you guys have found this video useful. If you did, I would really appreciate it. Scroll down and hit that like button. If you want to see more from me, subscribe to the channel. And what I'm going to do now is pop up a video showing you guys the 10 limited company advantages plus 8 disadvantages. And I recommend you guys give that a watch.